if I get more product, then I can have more bodies wearing the brand. If I have more bodies wearing the brand, then more people gonna learn about the product, which if you gain awareness and attention, that actually could become acquisition. That could become a new customer. That could become reoccurring revenue to the business that somebody may come and start buying from you every single month after that.
Once you really start getting going, you're going to realize that your business is more than just product and design. Either you're going to have to build some of this stuff out, or you're going to have to bring somebody in that's going to be able to build some of this stuff out. And I think that was like one of the biggest hurdles that we saw, but was able to get over, and would truly allow us to continue to do what we're doing even till today.
It's gonna be a lot of people starting clothing brands this year, but it's only gonna be a few that's actually going to survive. If you want to survive with your clothing brand this year, you need to watch this video all the way into the end. Because what we're gonna do is break down specifically what you need to know when you're getting started and what we wish we knew when we first got started with our clothing brand, WRLDINVSN. It's the super simple and small things that stop people from getting started, and it also stops people from moving forward. So what I want to do is break down those simple things, starting with this first thing, Marlon. If you were starting a clothing brand this year, what item would you start with first and why?
It's crazy. It's a twofold answer, depending on the type of brand, I would say. So for people that's going real message, real why heavy with their brand, I would probably focus on a t-shirt, and I'll explain why. Because what's gonna happen is you able to get more for technically less. Because what I'm gonna say, if you focus on more unique product, quality, maybe a more luxury type brand, you may focus on creating maybe a full set, jogging set, I would specifically say, for you, as of right now, going to 2025. All right, the reason why the difference between both is because when you focus more on story-based, more why-based, you able to, create a design or create a message or create a slogan to put on a t-shirt. Now you actually, if you was to get a whole jogging set, you might not be able to pay for 100 jogging sets when you first getting started. But if you was to get a t-shirt, you're going to be able to get more t-shirts for a more affordable rate to now get your brand out to more people when you first getting started. And that's going to allow you to keep doubling down, reordering more easily, because you're not going to have to wait for samples. You're not going to have to wait for overseas manufacturers. You're not going to have to wait for the shipping time. You're not going to have that learning curve of learning how to create a product pretty much from scratch.
Yeah.
But if you were someone that was truly, brand was, and their audience was focused on, truly high quality items, maybe, unique product where they got rhinestones all over the jogging sets, then I would say focus on a jogging set. Why? Because what we noticed was that when we were selling, one-off items like pants, cargo pants by themselves, and then a hoodie, people do tend to buy it together, but nothing sells better than our cozy set that's produced to be made to wear together. Yeah. So if you actually have the capital to invest in a product like a set that you can also charge a little bit more for as well, you also going to be able to maybe get your brand in front of more people that may not wear just a t-shirt, because when you just getting your brand started, message may be stronger, but everybody going to get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But if you was to get this jogger set, it may be something a little bit more unique that people that may go out a little bit more, maybe an NFL player, NBA player, it may be something that may be more willing to wear up front. So it's really two different answers depending on your audience, depending on your brand, depending on your why, your story, and depending on your budget on what I would start with.
Yeah, and I think the main two things that you like talking about is going to a manufacturer, getting a cut and sew product, like you literally creating it from your idea in your head all the way to building it out, getting a sample, getting it in front of you. versus going to a jiffyshirts.com or like a TSC apparel,
SNS.
SSX, where like
Yep.
those type of wholesale vendors to just go out and buy blank shirts, or even going directly to Shaka, because getting a t-shirt don't mean that it's less quality of a product that you're getting.
Correct.
But like you saying, the main difference when you thinking about it, you have that more business mindset to where if I get more product, then I can have more bodies wearing the brand. If I have more bodies wearing the brand, then more people going to learn about the product, which if you gain awareness and attention,
Yep.
that actually could become acquisition. That could become a new customer. That could become reoccurring revenue to the business that somebody may come and start buying from you every single month after that.
Yep.
So it does depend on the person, and the keyword you said that a lot of people that's watching this video going to quickly imagine is their budget. Because some people starting with $1,000 budget, some people starting with $500 budget, some people might be starting with a $0 budget,
A $10,000 budget.
or a $10,000
Yeah,
budget. Let's talk to those people, right?
Yep.
So that's extremely important. And I say I like what you were talking about with sets. So this is something that we do, which a lot of our customers get mad at it, but is ways to doing it. I would say we sell sets, like we sell the pants with the hoodie, and I extremely recommend brand owners try this out, just to see what kind of results you get from it. Sell the whole set together so you won't be left with any inventory, and give them the best price possible for that set.
Yep.
Right? So if you was gonna sell the pants for 60 and you was gonna sell the hoodie for 60, that's 120 for the whole set. Instead, just charge 100. Let them get the whole set, same size top, same size bottom, and that allows you to not be stuck with any inventory. And what you can do is create other designs or other products or other colors where you may allow them to just buy just the pants or just the hoodie. So for us,
just for black though.
Correct.
Because now it's slimming the selection.
you
down.
slimming the selections down. So you creating less SKUs and you increasing your average order value so people can spend more money with you rather than buying one off and then not leaving with you with the extra inventory. So now you stuck with jackets, but now you got to reorder some pants. You can have certain products where they can actually do that, so you could get, that's pretty much getting the best of both worlds.
Yep.
So if I had to start all the way over, I would do either or. So I would probably go and get heavyweight tee, super cozy t-shirt, put a nice design or put a nice quote that could explain my brand, get people attention.
I know you just doing heavyweight tee because it's the end now. So do they have like?
I feel like, yeah, I am gonna look at the fashion world, and I will get tips and get inspired from what's current, right? So obviously, in order to become like a timeless brand where you never go out of style, you gotta have your own style.
Yep.
But I will take, tips, and I will take notice of like fly people in the industry or people that, swag I could relate to. And I will build products around not just what they like, but really what I like too. Because that's what's going to keep you creative. That's what's going to keep you like focused and your energy high if you creating products that not only you can sell, but also products that you could represent as well and you could wear as well. Like we wear all our stuff. Like everything that we make, we wear it. Like it's probably a day, you probably went the whole year wearing only WRLDINVSN products. Right? So we can't sit up here and say we just make products to sell. That's not true. We make products that we like as well.
Yep.
So I'm only explaining the products that I will start with because I like those products. And I know other people like them too because it's not too far away from just a standard t-shirt. This one just happens to be heavyweight and maybe a little oversized. It's not like one sleeve cut off and, I have one sleeve, short sleeve, and now you got one arm out. That may be significant to some people, but I still want to keep that classic wear, when I'm starting my brand. That's what I would start with. Brand owners that's ready to acquire their first 100 customers and make over $1,000 every single month, this is for you. We have created our Activate Your Vision University. We have been working on this for the last 4 months. And inside of this university, it has every system that we have created and are currently using to continuously scale our brand, WRLDINVSN, right now. Yes, you're going to get the Facebook ads. Yes, you're going to get the email and text message marketing play. But ultimately, I want you to join our network of brand owners for only $7 for 7 days. Now, at the end of these 7 days, let me go ahead on and break the news to you. We will not charge your card like other most subscription-based programs. All right, we will allow you to experience and enjoy these 7 days without having you thinking on the 8th day, oh, I'm about to get charged. No, this is not that. We want to see if you are a good fit for the network, and we also want to see if we are a good fit for you to help you scale and help you grow to, like I said, acquiring your first 100 customers and making over $1,000 every single month. Click the link somewhere on the screen, get access for only $7. Every brand owner, every clothing brand, we can help you scale. Let's get it. So if you starting with if you starting a clothing brand, I would say start with items that you like. Like just getting started. Start with items that you like so you can actually have fun while you're getting started and you not making it so much about business. Cause we was only able to turn it into this successful business by at least doing something that we enjoyed doing at the beginning.
Yep.
It definitely was about business, but we was having fun while doing it, which we still have fun right now at this current moment while doing our brand.
100%.
All right. Now that we know what item that we're gonna start with, how many items should you order?
And going back to that, my first thing, what I would be asking myself is, what's my budget, transparently? And then that would probably be me choosing what route I should be going in based off my budget. So let's just say my budget is $1,000, then I'm probably gonna start off with the t-shirts. But let's say my budget is $5,000 to $10,000. Well, I may start off with the actual sets. And like I said, based off of my actual target audience is going to determine what I pick as well. And this is my next thing. I don't want to allow money to stop me from
There you go.
picking a product as well, because now it's so many different ways that you could fund your products that you necessarily don't have to have the money. And you going to have to figure it out, period. So if you don't have a way, you got to figure it out, whether that's credit cards, whether that's asking all your family members, whether that's doing the pre-order. At some point, it really don't matter that you don't have the money, but you have the vision. Mm-hmm. So now you have to figure out how to get the money to accomplish the vision that you have. And we know that it's going to cost you to be able to, it's going to cost you to produce your product. Mm-hmm. So if you want a brand, no matter what, you have to invest money into inventory. Mm-hmm. So let's figure out how much money we're going to start investing today. And then pick, what that is, and pick different strategies to figure out how to accomplish that money, and then go do it. We did multiple strategies to fund our first big drop. We took a loan from a college kid that was in our school that he said he had $1,500 to invest. We said, okay, we're gonna use it and then we're gonna pay you back.
Exactly.
We got $2,500 by pre-selling our collection to our friends and our family. We invested some of our own money, and then we took some of the money from our previous drop and invested in our collection. And then that's how we was able to get the $1,200 to $12,000 to invest in our first big collection. Mm-hmm. But we was resourceful on figuring out how to do that. So if you need to choose what product is going to be best for your audience, and then figure out what that price is, and then figure out how you're going to get the money no matter what.
Yeah, so we didn't technically start our brand with an open website pre-order method. We didn't go to the internet and create a bunch of content and then drive people to our site, drive strangers to our site at that, and get them to buy and tell them, hey, we're not shipping out to the next 2 to 4 weeks. We didn't do that.
Correct.
What we did is what we called our family and friends method, which Marlon slightly discussed it. All we did was call 10 to 20 people on our phone, and, get them to know about the brand, tell them about the story, tell them what you want to accomplish, and allow them to invest in your first idea or in your first drop, which you may have visuals for that you can directly send them. And then we took that money and bought that product. So now what that does is you don't have the expectation of you going to create a bunch of content with no followers, and then you posting all this content, you spending all this money on photo shoots, thinking that a lot of people going to pre-order your product. And in reality, you don't even have an audience for people to come out there and buy and support. Yep. We taking all of that out. And what we did was directly went to people that already knew us, right? Now, this is not going to be the way to scale, but this is the way to start. Starting with your people, your network that already knows you, and now you can have a direct contact to them, letting them know exactly what's going on. So the minute you start your social media, the minute that you start growing your followers, you already got all of those people rocking your product, right?
Yep.
That's what we did to get our brand first started. Now we got the
Yep.
product. Now we know how many we gonna order.
But even just before we go to the next one, I also want to talk from the perspective of like, your brand is already, growing, or you actually have the money. I think is, truly about making sure you figure out what that winning design or concept is before going all in. Like a lot of times we invest in multiple different concepts and designs, and we're really not able to see what one it is. But when you just getting started, you really need to keep it simple. Even when you're starting with a massive amount of money, you may have more merchandise because you have more money, or you may have more unique product because you have more money. But that don't mean you should be trying multiple different things. Really continue to dial in on what works and triple down, quadruple all of your funds in on that. And then you can start to go out and test different products and do different things. But if you got money, it's really nice about investing it and going out there and proving that you can sell your product.
Okay. Now that we got the product, or now that we got, the idea, or we really getting started, got the family and friends, met the going, where should they sell their product? Online or in stores?
You're gonna have to do both. But is a twofold answer once again, which a lot of this stuff is because it's based off of you that's watching this video. Like I'm me as my person. I have different skill sets and different abilities that I'm able to do, and you gonna have different skill sets too. So when we teaching, even within our programs, like we don't have the approach of one shoe fits all. Like everybody's shoes different. Everybody in different locations. Everybody in different areas. Like everybody gonna have different competitive advantages within where they are in their brand. So you need to really truly identify what those things are and use that to your advantage. So I would figure out, am I better at am I better at creating content? Am I good at creating content? One. And if your answer is yes, then you can maybe gear to trying to figure out how you can use your content to create sales. If your answer is no, then the best way to start creating content and start building your brand is going to be in person. Yeah. And I know you said in stores, so how I refer to that is you need to truly figure out like what can you handle within your life and your brand. Like if it's for someone let's just say a lawyer, and they really don't have the time at all, but they know that they really want their brand and they're trying to expand, well, maybe getting into stores will benefit you better because you don't have the time to distribute your product to the world like I'm able to do. I'm able to do this all day, every day. So I'm gonna whoop you up the court all day, every day because you don't have the time. But how you can, compete is by, attaching yourself or finding other distribution channels that could sell your product for you without you even having to be there. Because I have to physically figure out how to move my product direct to consumer. But you may have a B2B relationship with 10 store chains, and you just gonna fund the product, and those stores are gonna now sell the product for you, and then they're gonna pay you back pretty much, just the profit. You probably not even, in some of the cases scenario, if you have a consistent store that's buying from you, you're not even holding merchandise. You pretty much purchasing merchandise, sending it to the store, and then you making the money back. But when you going direct to consumer, even direct, that means you out in the streets doing the backpack method. That means you out in the streets doing pop-up shops. That means you're going to be out in the streets opening your first kiosk, opening your first location, which is still going to allow you to take market share in your area. When I think of online, I think about an online market, and I think about taking online market share, which is going to be more competitive because it's millions of people doing it all day, every day. So that's why content is so important, because you're going to have to be able to create content or have a story that sticks out amongst millions of other people that's going to drive traffic towards your website. But when you in person, you can create the presence of you is already marketing. The time that you putting into it, you being out there, you making your pop-up better, you selling product, you able to, make those sales directly off of the impact that you making right then and there. So and I think it's like short term, you definitely want to continue to go, pop up shop method, POS in store. Long term, you definitely want to figure out how you convert those people to online.
Mm-hmm.
And if you already good at content, maybe we always talk about your 80-20. Maybe your 80% is spent, figuring out how to do online. But 90% of the brand owners that we meet, that I meet specifically, struggle with creating content. And then the brand owners that do even create well content and that maybe killing it online, they can, if they got in the streets and made their brand even more tangible, they'll be even bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really utilizing your skill sets and where you at and what resources like lie outside of your door and crafting out a strategy that works best for that. Is what I would say.
Yeah, that was slightly like a trick question, just the whole online and selling in stores, because we never sold in stores. The main thing, like, just wanted to hint at is like selling in person. Like now, I think like we way past COVID at this point, which hope that don't come back around. Is an opportunity to like get out there and really like sell your product in person. It's so many festivals, so many events. It's things that's happening reoccurring every single year that you can go to, build a list out and go there and really make that. Like you could do 100K in a year just from doing events.
Yep.
Like selling at events.
Yep.
And it may not be too much for you if you have a 9 to 5, or it also can be an opportunity to travel. That's your vacation time as well. Like if you somebody who don't travel as much, like you may want to look into doing it, because now it's a business expense. Now it's an opportunity to go put your business on, and it's like that's the best of both worlds. Like if you're able to sell your product in a different city, in a different state that you never been to ever, like that's an opportunity for you to meet new people, put your product in a new environment, and an opportunity for you to be somewhere that you never been before. That sounds like a win-win to me, right?
100%.
So I will be focused only on selling, like, I ain't gonna say only, but 80% me with my skill sets in person, because it is a direct return on your investment as well. Next, I want to ask, like, what, like, people that's getting through this and they've started, for the people that may be, revamping their brand. They watching this video, they probably did everything that we talked about, but they may be revamping their brand, or they never was able to hit that scale button. What's one of, you don't have to discuss all of them, but what's one of the biggest struggles, when it comes to expanding the brand and making it like global or international, or even touching, 50K a month, 100K a month, like blowing past $10,000 a month? What's the biggest thing that they can expect to have in their way when they're trying to reach those new levels and those new heights?
I was just thinking of this even today, is really like not understanding how to be a better entrepreneur. Because a lot of us in our brands, it's truly still a hobby. And then even when we do have businesses, like we still aren't becoming the entrepreneurs that we need to become to actually run that business. So that'll be, knowing that you need to develop, how to build a team. You're going to have to develop how to create those systems. Like once you really start getting going, you're going to realize that your business is more than just, product and design. And that, if either you're going to have to build some of this stuff out, or you're going to have to bring somebody in that's going to be able to build some of this stuff out. And I think that was like one of the biggest hurdles that we saw, but was able to get over, and would truly allow us to continue to do what we're doing even till today. Like, it's like little things where, you have, let's just say even as low as a core value, or even having, something consistent as us now meeting as a team on a daily basis. Like it's little things that's going to be inside overall running the company, not doing it, not like, producing product, going out there doing the pop-up shop. Okay, now how do we take that pop-up shop and we take that to 10 different areas? Or how do we expand this pop-up shop and turn it into $100,000 installation that's going to create $250,000? I think it's still like we still entrepreneurially aren't thinking at our highest level, and sometimes our business reflect that because we haven't really, even us growing, we ain't see what multi-million-dollar businesses are doing or thinking or operating or just the thought process that they have. Sometimes we go to businesses every single day, like let's just say a Chick-fil-A. Technically, we go and get the services, everybody doing what they're supposed to do, but we really don't know what the executive team is doing and putting in place to assure that all these Chick-fil-A's everywhere around the United States are all saying my pleasure. Like it's something else that's inside of that keeps that going more than just the chicken.
Yeah. And I said main thing is like having a team, and it don't even have like when people first think about team, they always think about like employees. That's like the main thing that they think about is employees. And when they think about employees, they just think about, damn, I could do it myself, or they think about like spending a lot of money. But like a team is just finding people that can do something. And from my definition, it's finding people that can do something at least 80% of how you can do it, not 100, because like nobody never gonna really do it like you. But if they could do it just as good, not 100%, but at least 80%, like that's better than like you doing it, because now you buying back your time. And one example I have with that is like I know how to make designs, right? Like I could pull up a computer, make as many designs as possible. But you see all the time I'm buying designs. Like you have a category on QuickBooks where it say designs, and we spend money every single month on designs. It might be over $1,000 a month on designs. And the reason why we do that, and I decided to do that, is because we can get more designs without having to use my time. And they might not have it 100% where we need it, but it's 80% there, and it may just need one tweak to get it 100% there. So those designers are not making designs every day, but I will look at those people as a team or being on our team, because like they are allowing us to push the business further in a shorter period of time. And they do it 80%, as good as we would do at 100. So I would say you definitely need a team to scale, and you definitely need somebody that could do what you're doing at the 80% level, not at the 100%. Don't expect that at all.
If you don't have no team, you can't get product. Your print shop is your team. Your manufacturer is your team. Like
the dream only go as far as the team. All right, last question is gonna be, what's one thing that we did at the beginning that we quickly found that was wrong, or we made a mistake doing it? And let's not even talk about like high level stuff. So like not even like how we lost $100,000. But like, what's like a small thing that we did at the very, very start that prohibited growth now that you could see in the long run? Like we done did this business since 2010.
Well, when we wasn't documenting stuff, like, and it could be a simple.
When you say document, you saying making videos, or you saying what?
No, I guess we can say I'm saying it could be documenting anything, and we could choose perspectives. You could be documenting stuff within your company and documenting content. So let's start with stuff within your company. Like we realized that we was gonna keep having the same mistakes unless we had something that was like, this is the rule book. Like, look right here. Like it said if you're 10 minutes late, that means you're gonna get a warning. Because like a lot of things when we have in our company, it be in our heads, or we talk about it, and then if something happened again, somebody is able to say, we didn't discuss this, or I don't remember this. And it wasn't until we had to document stuff, and it's like it's no matter how we slice and dice it, this is it right here, or this is what we said, or this is what we doing. Even when it came to, even within our company, we had 55 people, we had to send home letters when we was taking off. So like because maybe somebody say assume that they were supposed to work this day, and then now they saying they came to work, or we need to get paid. So it's just like, even on a small perspective inside your company, document everything, document your goals. It wasn't until we started documenting goals, tracking it, that we able to see, oh damn, we didn't hit the goal this month. But when you telling yourself, I want to hit this goal, but you're not like visually seeing if you're hitting it or not, sometimes it's almost where it become okay. And when we wasn't documenting it, a lot of times it was okay for us not to do certain things. But when we started to document it and we could see it visually in our own mind, now it's like, oh no, it's not okay. Mm-hmm. And then from the from the standpoint of content, like, we realized that, dang, we probably have even more great content to be bigger if we documented stuff way earlier. And it wasn't until we realized that, dang, creating content was gonna be that thing, that we realized that we was doing the content piece all the way wrong, because we could have had a whole lot of stuff at that time, or been even more transparent at that time, knowing where we was gonna be today.
Yeah, so I like that, and I said don't talk about nothing high up, as in 55 people, because sometimes people can't relate. But it was something that you said that, like, we got, right here, I'm looking at it, we have on the wall, a bubble map of like our goals. And one of our goals was to run Facebook ads every day at $5. We've way shot past that goal. It was buying a truck, to do pop-up shops. We shot past that goal. It was working with the school, to develop out our stores. We knocked off all of those things. So I would say document even just your goals for your business is important. One thing that I want to highlight is like more of a funny story of whenever we went to print at this shop in New Orleans, we didn't actually...
The small print?
Yeah, we didn't actually make the print size specific. So we didn't say like, oh, we want this print to be 10 inches wide or 12 inches wide. All we did was like send the artwork over. They sent back a proof. I didn't even read anything about the size or nothing. Like, they said that they made it clear. I didn't know none of that.
Design looked good.
As soon as they printed it, we got it. We like, man, why the print so small? We didn't sell none of it. We at this point we could have sold the shirts.
We definitely could have sold.
That didn't make any sense. But we basically printed the design too small because we didn't make it specific to the print shop that we want this wide or this big. So they just printed it very, very small. And what happened was we asked them for a refund. And they like, how the hell we gonna give a refund when it's already printed on the shirt? That don't make any sense. And long story short, we didn't get any refund, or we didn't sell the shirts. Yep. So some of y'all that starting a brand, you saying that you're starting with money and you don't want to, make a mistake, or you don't want to start the wrong way. Like, the best way to get started is really to just get started, because we had multiple orders that we was just in our mind, decided not to sell it, and we lost all of that money. But through all of those failures, we actually built this huge business, right? And we growing it every single day to this day. Yep. So I would say one quick thing that I would do if I was starting a brand was make sure you make it clear to your print shop, to your manufacturer, how big you actually want that print to be or that logo to be. So whenever you get in a sample or whenever you get in the final product, it's not the complete opposite of what you expected it to be.
Man.
Super simple video.
Super simple. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, run us up 1 million on the way. Leave your comment, man. If you are, truly ready to transform your mindset, you loving the information we've been given, you want to learn more about what we have, comment Mastermind if you made it to this part of the video, because I know that you've been tuned in with us, all right? Once again, appreciate y'all. 1 million on the way. Share this video with a friend. I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN.
Hey, I'm Nicholas Clark, co-owner and designer of WRLDINVSN. Thank
We
you
out.
for watching this video.